Once, a woman named Kisa Gotami lived in a small village. She was a young mother who deeply loved her only son. One day, tragedy struck, and her son fell severely ill and passed away. Kisa Gotami was overwhelmed with grief and refused to believe that her son was gone. She held onto his lifeless body, hoping for a miracle. In her desperation, she went from house to house in the village, asking for medicine or a cure for her son. People sympathized with her but told her that death was a natural part of life, and nothing could be done. However, one wise person in the village, upon seeing her suffering, suggested she visit the Buddha, who might be able to help her find a way to cope with her loss. Kisa Gotami, clutching her son's body, went to the Buddha and begged for a cure. The Buddha listened to her story and gently said,
"I can help you, but first, you must bring me a handful of mustard seeds. However, these seeds must come from a household where no one has ever experienced death."
Hopeful that her prayers were answered, Kisa Gotami embarked on a journey to find these special mustard seeds. She went from house to house, speaking to families and asking for the seeds. But in each household, she learned that death had touched their lives in one way or another. She began to realize that her suffering was not unique. Everyone had experienced loss and grief. Eventually, Kisa Gotami returned to the Buddha, still carrying her son's body. She shared what she had learned and said,
"I couldn't find the mustard seeds you asked for, but I now understand that death is a part of life, and I am not alone in my suffering."
The Buddha gently smiled and replied,
"You have understood the truth. Just as all living beings are subject to death, they are also subject to birth, old age, and suffering. The key to happiness lies in accepting the impermanence of life and finding peace within yourself."
Kisa Gotami slowly began to let go of her attachment to her son's body and started to find solace in the Buddha's teachings. Over time, she learned to find happiness not by avoiding suffering, but by embracing life's ups and downs with a calm and accepting heart. She became a devoted disciple of the Buddha and dedicated her life to helping others find peace and happiness. This story from Buddha teaches us that true happiness comes from understanding and accepting the impermanence of life, embracing change, and finding inner peace amidst the challenges we face. It encourages us to let go of attachment and unrealistic expectations, leading us towards a more content and fulfilled existence.